Yo, what's up? What's up, KK? I see you. And James Rohrbach and Mel Monty. I see you. Welcome to the show. Hey, what's up, Nazawa? Should I take my shirt off, dude? You were inspiring me, except it's really freaking cold here, bro. Hey, Joe Mama. Oh, yeah. That's a good question, Mel. Why do you, Robert Nazawa? Of all the things you will not find in my house, there will be no gecko on my walls. Nope. It's too cold. They just probably wouldn't even be here, but I don't think I could let that happen. And I know Mrs. Mish definitely would not let that happen. Handing me a fly swatter. Kill it! It's 3 inches long. It's got a tail. Kill it. Cannot kill. Turning into an old softy in my old age, let me tell you what. When I was young, I used to burn bugs with magnifying glasses and shit. Enjoyed putting the worm on the hook. The older I get, the more I'm just like, I mean, I'll bait the hook if I gotta. I love fishing, but there's weird shit that goes into your life when you're growing up when you have to do stuff like that. Like, I baited a hook my entire life growing up. Baited a hook, no problem, no problem. And then you go fish with somebody that's never baited a hook in their life. And I get it. I get it. I mean, you got to take this fucking worm and you gotta harpoon it. you gotta harpoon the worm. That's pretty fucking traumatic if you've never done that before. I get that. This thing's like, meh. It doesn't have a mouth, but if it did, it'd be going like, fuck, fuck. Why'd you harpoon me? Because I was gonna throw you out into the water on top of being harpooned and see if I could get a fish to eat you. Worms have the worst life ever. It's just not even a question as I continue this insane story. Worms have the worst life, and I think I just discovered that now. Worms got it bad. I got a new phone. I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but it's bigger. See? It's that much bigger all the way around. So I like it. But worms got it bad, let me tell you. And when you stop doing something that you normally are used to doing, like my whole life, I grew up fishing. If I caught a nice big game trophy fish, we didn't stuff them. Not on our clan. Nope. We chopped their head off and we nailed it up to a tree. And it had all these dead carcassed big ass fish heads on it that were like, over the years. That's what we did with these things. That's how we did it here in the. What would you guys call us? People call us the Midwest, but we're up in Michigan. We're on a peninsula. We're surrounded by water, Even KK is included in that, and maybe even Joe Mama living where they live. There's something just a little different from the Midwest that resides up in this Big Ten country. Big Ten. I have to put it in college sports, but there is a different vibe in that Rust Belt, that area. This whole area. I don't know. Something that just kind of resonates even louder than like being like in the Midwest. You know what I mean? Especially since it gets really cold. I don't know. How you guys doing? It's good to see you. I took last night off. I was completely exhausted. I could have did a show. At this point, I'm not sure it would have been worse than this show. And for that, I apologize. But I will proceed, sir, and see if I can bring something out of this shiny turd. And we'll try to polish it into something that we can be proud of by the time we all go to bed. For that, I will attribute my list. It will help keep me focused. It's good to see you all. I do love it when you come out. And I love showing up to your live streams. You should know that. I do. Really like your videos. They're fun. I love them. This community is fantastic. It's true. 100% true. Everything this guy's saying is true. It's pretty much the most true thing that anybody could ever say in the history of the planet ever. It's very true. Some of y'all think I got Tourette's. I know you do. And I know. So, first thing on my list is a shout out to Headless Horseman, who it turns out is not headless, actually has a head. We all got to view it, or some of us did, and you look pretty good for a guy who was supposed to be dead and like retired and dead and you look pretty alive. You actually look you look pretty youthful, actually, dude, to be retired. So you're doing something right. Headless. Clean living, man. Something. This man is, I don't know, probably got kids in the Olympics and stuff. And smart too, because this was the other part of what I was talking about, is that it turns out, and I don't know if I should really say this over the broadcast waves, but I'm gonna, because I don't know any better. But it sounds like there might be a way to broadcast without having the required minimum of followers to be able to do it mobily. And it sounds like there might be a way to do that. So there was a little taste of it today. There was some lag. I did watch the second video, Headless. Yes, there was certainly lag. I did appreciate the banter between you and your homie, whoever that was in the passenger seat. That was fun listening to you guys talk about the popos and stuff, because that, you know what, that could be a conversation I was having with one of my boys sitting in the car. That's for real. But hopefully we got something like that figured out. That would be cool if that were able to be done. I don't know. I've determined, I was thinking about talking about my beard. I'm going to keep the beard for a while, and I'm going to shave the rest of my head, because this all just makes me look very old. Like, do you have your term paper ready, sir? I'm ready to grade. Summer school's in your future. I would be the worst teacher that ever taught a class, ever. Unless it was about, maybe this could be in the future, unless it was a class about, hey, teach our class about the Great Awakening and how Q came to be Q. I'll bet I could teach that class or that course, Professor Bill. I could teach that course. I know I could. And I wouldn't have to have a syllabus. I could just probably go out there and just go, hey, this is a 1.5 hour credit for you. You get your credit. I'm going to start here, and then I'm going to stop 18 minutes later and take a drink of water, and then I'm going to keep going, and then I'm going to bring it home, and I'll probably chug a beer for the last, 30 minutes. I'll probably just like slam a beer or two and just bring it home in the last 30 minutes. That is a college course that would be worth its weight in nothing, but it'd be a fun course to teach, and it'd wake a lot of people up. I know it could. Something like that could. That, you know what? Just spitballing. That could be something that could get written and done probably on a YouTube video. I'm not saying that exact concept, but something like that. There's got to be new ways to invigorate the youth. Those that are in college are bright people. They are. They have been protected and raised in plastic wrap and bubble wrap. They have been. So many of them have been. My kids are an absolute anomaly in so many ways. And I'm not saying that they're unique from society. They're not. But they are. I do not get or understand people that are not grounded in fundamentals of society. I don't understand that at all. And I guess I shouldn't be surprised that that's how it is. That society is mainly moved by mainstream television. Let's just be honest. Let's be very honest. You're awake. I'm awake. Collectively, with a lot of people that question 9/11, we're awake. But so many of those in the Great Divide who aren't on board with what's going on right now, with where we're at, and recognizes in generalities that, yes, the government does lie. Yes, they do things often to for the greater good of the civilization of America and all that kind of stuff and blah, 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 yippity yap, yap, yap. And they do this. And they watch this. But these people are capable of being turned. They really are. I mean, the shit that's going down right now is mind-blowing. It really is. The storylines that are coming out right now that should be exploding on mainstream television are crickets. There are so many bombshell things happening right now. Right now, from the Durham report to the IG investigation, fully unredacted, to all of this. They are holding it up in the air. You know what? I'm starting to get myself off on a tangent, and I wanted to reel that in because I actually wanted to, what I just started doing, I wanted to cover by talking about what I was speaking about last night. Because, or not last night, but it was 2 nights ago. And I did the stream. And what I wrote down so that I wouldn't diarrhea the mouth is, what more can I add to what I spoke about the other night? And I felt myself ramping into it again. And there's really no need for me to do that, right? At least not back-to-back nights. But I feel very passionately about that's where we're at right now in all of this. Now, I don't know how most of you feel. Maybe I do. But we know that the 8chan boards, which hosted the Q drops, has been down. And as of November 1st, they've been down for 93 days. Now, I can't reference you the Q drop that it's in, but with a minuscule amount of search in the YouTube, you could research something about the number 93 Q drop and the letters DK, because it turns out there's a Q drop that has in the kill box, and it's bold, the kill box, the number 93 in it, and then just outside of it DK, which they're speculating that it meant dark for 93 days. Now, in hindsight, as they look back, Q team knew that they were going to shut down the Chan boards. They were very secure, but they weren't that secure. I mean, these were things that were just operating beyond the next level that really smart people could access. But Deep State could probably access it, and they were probably getting ready to kill the whole thing. And for whatever reason, the Q team knew it and knew that there would be a day when they would call the shutdown of it. They would see an algorithm that told them that they are almost not in control of this board anymore. And they decided to shut it down. That's how elaborate the plan is. I don't know if I believe it. I think I might. But to have them put 93 in the kill brackets that are bold with a DK next to it, like dark, and 93 days to the day after that on the 8 Coon boards, the same trip code that was used to identify who Q was in the 8chan boards is the same trip code that was used to lay out the initial, and it was just a test. And then there was another one yesterday. So this is more elaborate than most people will ever comprehend. But it's real. It's happening. It's absolutely real. There's no denying. You can speculate. I don't care. You can speculate. You can think about it. You can wonder if all of this is a gigantic hoax and it's still a LARP. But you, sir or ma'am, at this point would be a fool. You are objectively, in my opinion, a damn fool. You are a person that refuses to look at the facts. And hopefully, my disdain for somebody that is this asleep is resonating throughout humanity. That everybody is starting to get fed up with these people that need safe spaces, and that the world is catering to them. Eventually, we all see that, you know what? Eventually, it's going to be like 80% of us are sick and tired of bending every appropriate thing we do in our life to cater to 20 to 15 to 10% of the people. I mean, what is going on? It was design. It was the road to socialism. That's why we were where we were and why we are where we're at in socialism. Do you think for a second that Hillary got in there, we would not be up to our necks in socialistic things that were coming before? I mean, it actually, honestly, the longer we go on to this fight, it frightens me to think about where we would have been at had she got in. It genuinely scares me to think about it because of the things that we know now. The future has proved the past. Are you guys thankful at all that this bitch did not get in the White House at all? Oh my good Lord, knowing what we know about her and him, Bill. Who? Bill. Where's Bill? Right next to Hillary. If you don't see their corruption, you're ignorant or dumb. And if you don't lend it the proper respect it deserves to put it in its place of truth, then you are just entirely dumb. You look at everything that's been going on in this country. And I know I'm not talking to you guys, the people that listen to me. I know I'm not. I know you get this. I know you do. My hope is one day, maybe this video will reach a liberal that'll wake you up. That's really my true goal. Listen, I like talking about stuff that I feel like's pretty damn well researched and entertaining too. This is entertainment, believe it or not. The absolute Mount Everest of taking down the deep state, the highest, biggest peak you could ever climb to take down the biggest satanic, absolute humongous lie on humanity is at stake right now. And we sit here and do this channel and we talk and this and that. Think about what's really going on. And there are humongous channels that get it. And they're putting out great content. They're putting out fantastic content. They do. But it's so unique and awesome to be a part of something this monumental in the direction of humanity going forward, of where it was going to go. I mean, you talk about a 180-degree turn from where we were going to go and about to go. And the beautiful part is being awake, knowing that what you know now will come out and go before the public. It will be tried out in front of television. They have shot their wad, the deep state. I don't know if that's true in case of fires in California and things that they can do that are distractions, but for the main part, and not to minimize or impugn what's going on in California, because I don't. I think it's tragic and horrific, but for the most part, the deep state has been very limited in their chaos. And the proof is in the lack of new types of flags. I mean, it just feels like they're neutralized in so many different ways, except for maybe one. They're capable to kind of, get this burning going again, which seems to me at this point like it was planned. If you ever look at the railway that was supposed to happen through California, through the basin of California, and it's amazing that the burns and all the burns are happening right along where they would have to lay that track. So the deep state continues to move on with their plans. They feel, even though they've had setbacks, the deep state feels like they are still in control. Make no mistake, they feel like they still control this narrative. They don't know, as a majority, that Q is back. And for the most part, Q is not back yet, but Q has shown signs of being back. We are about to come into the greatest family days that our nation has. And that's going into the holidays of Thanksgiving and going into Christmas and all of the goodwill and the good tidings that come our way when we get into these holidays. And I think this is going to be a special one, to tell you the truth, because I think we're going to hear a lot of truth that is for the patriots before we get into Thanksgiving. I think we're going to have a lot of things that we're going to have to reflect on. This may even be a situation where this Thanksgiving, a lot of people are asking you questions. We don't know what kind of truth bombs are going to drop between now and when we carve the turkey. But a lot of things could happen, and a lot of things are aligning to happen. And this may be Allow me to dream for a second. But how awesome would this plan be if they drop all this information a week or two before going into the holidays, where you're going to see all your relatives, all the people that you sat there and maybe bit your tongue, but tried to give out the truth as you saw fit. And that can be very difficult, but maybe some of you went a step further. How beautiful would it be for some really, really humongous, earth-shattering truth bombs to be laid out before going to the holidays? Not for you to spike the football, because I don't think that would happen. I think what earth-shattering truth bombs would represent, it would be a course in humility for you while you opened yourself up to questions. I think it could be so big that it could just force all these people to go, what's going on? This is so crazy that I don't even understand what's going on. What were you saying about this and that? What were you saying about these what was it, Q? What were you talking about when you were talking about you have more than you know? What were you talking about knowing that the Trump administration was meeting with Kim Jong-un 6 months before it ever even happened? I mean, what are these truths that you're talking about? I think it could be that kind of monumental information that gets dropped this year going into the holidays. And I say that is not for spiking of the football. I would say that the reason that Q and the administration and everybody would do it this way would be to heal many wounds, because this has been a battle. I'm not saying it necessarily for me. I've had few battles that need to be mended within the family of any way, shape, or form, but I know a lot of people that, had different outcomes, and this may be an opportunity for people to mend those fences, I guess is what I'm getting at. It could be. Nothing would surprise me more if that were the case. Just saying. All right, so a little off track, but thanks for coming. Where we go one, we go all. I do believe in that. I believe in that. I think that is the battle cry for this movement. There was a reason we were shown it early. It wasn't that they thought White Squall was the best movie ever. It was that it touched every bullet point that leads you to learn about integrity and courage and standing up. That's what's going on. No matter how you feel about anything, if you've been following this and going along with this, you have aged yourself in maturity despite listening to my show and listening to my comments in other people's shows, because I'm pretty immature. But you have aged substantially in your intellect of world views. You know more than everybody. I mean, what? 90%? Are you in the top 10% of people that knows what's going on in this world? That's a pretty good bet. That's a great bet. But that doesn't mean the 50 through 90 aren't awake, because they are waking up. They are awake. Anyway, I don't know. I'm rambling. I'm bambling. I'm It's the last thing I wrote down. Man, I must have been a doctor. I can barely read it. Future, question mark. Future, I wrote question mark. What will it be? Board's open. What's the future going to be? Great? Incredible? Phenomenal? Sensational? Excellent? What's it going to be? What's it gonna be? I don't know. Kind of waiting for those new Q drops on 8kun, you know? Kind of like you guys. I'm kind of itching at them. I think it's coming down, though. Yeah, James. Me too. Me too. Yeah, Joe Mama. Yeah, I agree with that. I think that's true. I'll be whatever we make it to be. Yeah. Oh, also, thank you, Joe Mama. Thank you. That was nice. Great informer. I see you here. Parter. What does he say? I have a massive part of my family that's very popular, but it's helped me bring people to awesome patriots within our group. That's awesome, great informer. It's great to see you. Thank you for showing up. I went on like a huge rant, so I kind of neglected the chat for a while. Sorry about that, all of you. I know some of you like some of y'all said we don't even type when you're ranting, Bill, because we don't know what to say. And I get that because I get lost in my head a lot too sometimes. But I listen to a lot of channels that people talk like just go, go, go. And you're just like, I don't know. I'm starting to think that not from doing live streams. This is not what I'm about to say. Because I still think I'm going to do live streams, but I think I need to step away from social media just a little. I got to kind of, like I said, not from doing live streams or any of that. I'll do live streams, but I think I just got to, I don't know. I don't care if it's an extra how many hours a day or week or whatever. But I think that'd be healthy. And you guys all probably do that. You're like, yeah, I do that all the time. Step away for a day or two. I don't know. Just shut it off. Walk away for a day or two. And I don't know. I feel like the plan's in motion. You know what I mean? I feel like things are moving how they should. It's like, do I really need that? I was kind of, I didn't do the show last night because I was really tired, but I also thought I really don't have anything to say. And you know what's really kind of sad is I felt that way a lot tonight also going into the thought of doing a live stream. And I thought, well, I'll just will myself to do one. And I did it, but I really went into the live stream tonight going, I really don't know that I have a lot to add, a lot to say. And that's why I did cover that in my list. But nonetheless, I love hanging out with you guys, and I appreciate you showing up to the stream and hanging out like crazy. I think we got some great, great times ahead of us. And for our children, for humanity, really in the world. This is a global movement. This is the right kind of globalism that should be happening. And it should be a nationalistic view for one's country. in the most patriotic way to one's country and have nothing to do with what they view as dirty nationalists because of what happened in World War II with the Germans, which was completely terrible, and I don't condone it at all, any of it, none of it. It's terrible, but the word nationalist is not a bad word, and I think that it's important that every country embraces it. I think what Trump's bringing to the table is that he's going to bring a pride to every country that's willing to do straight business, and it's going to be a new way of life, not for you or me. The only thing that's going to happen in our lives, you guys, is it's going to get better. But it's going to be a new way of life for the future of humanity. Everything will be better, not only for you, but for your kids and your grandkids and centuries down. This is how big this movement is. This is how much it was more than a 4-year election. And now it's turning out to be so much more than a 4-year election that it's now the next 4 years are very, very important. They're very important. I was thinking about how important they are. They're very, very important. The next 4 years coming up. Now, I think that we've all been shown how bad the polling data can be in mainstream television. And we know the truth is that in any one of these polling datas were to honestly take place, Trump would have a 60-40 easy. They can only throw their bullshit across the airwaves. That's all they've got. All we can do is spread the truth and know that a lot of people are awake. A lot of humanity is awake. And more importantly, a lot of registered voters are awake. Show your support behind President Trump however you see fit. If you're with a radical Dem, let it go. Let it go. It's not worth your energy. Take that person that's on the fence. Well, I'm not really sure. I think they're gonna try. Let me talk to you for a second. You just look for that, okay? Let's get this election done and won. Where we go one, we go all. This is going to be a defining moment in history. I truly believe that. As much as the 2016 election was a defining moment in history, it will mean nothing without the follow-up in the next election. And it's very important. As I said, I think they rigged it for the House to go to the Dems. I think they're going to let the votes be counted as they are next election. And I think we'll see what kind of steamroll, red wave is about to go across this country, where the House, the Senate, and the presidency is all controlled by Republican. By then, all of the corruption's already going to be shown on full display on mainstream television. And that's why it will be the biggest landslide in history. I saw something that was funny. It showed maybe Minnesota and New York going to the blue, whoever they run. I dare say he wins every state. It would not surprise me at all. Looking at the lunacy, if you believe in your fellow Americans that they could be somewhat awake, and witness the lunacy, I mean, 2 Democrats did that didn't vote for Pelosi in the impeachment inquiry. That was 2 Democrats in Congress that didn't vote for it, voted against it. That's not a good sign for the Democrats. There's cracks in the wall. There's cracks in the dam. It's not good for them. But it's good that it drags on. It's good that it drags out because it exposes them every day that people's eyeballs get diverted over to it. Even if they follow Snopes and they do this and that, the more that they research or listen or just communicate, for God's sakes, with an awake person, maybe it will give them an opportunity to find the truth. I don't know. Make America great again. All right. I don't know how much more I have to say. Like I said, I think I kind of said it all. Don't know what else to say. You guys. Yeah, I see that, Mel. It's all right. I got thick skin. I got thick skin. Nizawa with the globalist pudding pops. You're not going to pull some Cosby out of me tonight, Mr. Nizawa. Somebody told me that my facial hair makes my dimples stand out too. I'm just saying. My mustache is at the point now when I take a sip of beer, I have to suck the beer remnants off my stash. It's official. I have a stash. Rohrbach with the Jello pudding. Oh man, you guys want the Jello pudding, don't you? My flavor saver headless. You know it almost came up. Can't come up yet. Gotta savor that. Oh man. There's my dog, you know. She always comes in here when I start getting riled up. She's like, her chain's popping. Chain. She's like, what's going on here? Yeah. She do. That dog does. I don't know if I got any Cosby in me tonight, to tell you the truth. It would just be the same old, you know? He really likes Jello pudding pops. That's been established. He likes them. I don't know if he gets them in prison. Probably not. I heard he put a bunch of money into Bitcoin. That doesn't make me feel great. Hi, Daisy. There's my dog. She'd go over here. Hey, how come nobody kicked Forrest Gump's ass? He wore a red hat the whole time he jogged across America. In every James. Look at him prime that well. Look at you, James. Oh shit, that's funny. All right, I'll take what you guys said in the last 7 sentences. Okay. You see, Mel Monty says might not want to read the chat bill. Oh, LOL. Jello pudding, your face is bits. No. Pudding pops, put pudding pops and take them and put them in the freezer, take them out, take the thing off, put them, break them in half, stick them on both sides of my dog. Eat the Jello pudding pops. The dog is over here like, what the fuck's the matter with you, dude? Are you having an aneurysm? I'm okay, Daisy. You see, I'm okay. She yelling. My God. What you guys do to me, I'll tell you what. I'm happy to be a part of this truth movement. I don't know about you guys. I'm loving this ride. Let's keep whipping that ass, that deep state ass. Stay awake. Stay awake. Stay vigilant. Don't know when it's going to happen, but it's happening soon. It's happening real soon. There's no denying that, right? You guys know this. I know this. I don't know. I think you know this. Don't make me spit my hair, bro. Oy vey. All right. So, yeah. It's crazy. I feel like I've been on for 3 hours, and it turns out it's 48 minutes, going on 49 minutes, and they must feel that way because I must not have shut up the entire time my stream has been on, which I could see that. I could see that. I yeah. Sorry about that. One day I'll learn how to balance all this, but that day ain't today. So, you guys, thanks for coming. It's great seeing you all. Where we go on, we go all. Make America great again. Keep America great. You guys keep being awesome patriots. Seriously. We're winning. Like nobody's ever won before. We've never won like this. It's probably the greatest history of winning marker there could be in the history of mankind. I'm pretty satisfied with how all this is going. I'm pretty happy with how all this is going. I just love it. I think that this should go on all